Next, 10. That's how many rallies evangelist leader Franklin Graham will hold in California. He wants to get Christians to go out and vote for conservative candidates in next week's primary. And finally, $15,000. That's how much money NASCAR driver Jeffrey Earnhardt raised for children of fallen service members. He sells T-shirts with a veteran-owned clothing line to fundraise for an organization that helps those kids deal with their grief.
That is so great. Thank you, Todd. All right, we'll move, switching gears here, if I can speak. Chelsea Clinton taking her anti-Trump comments overseas, bashing the president to The Guardian ahead of his upcoming visit to the UK in July, saying this: "I've been to multiple protests since the election. If I lived in Britain, I would show up to protest because I don't agree with what he's doing to degrade what it means to be American."
Chelsea also said that President Trump mainstreamed hate. Here to discuss, Director of Urban Engagement at Turning Point USA, Candace Owens. Candace, good morning.
Candace.
Thank you guys for having me back.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Pretty strong rhetoric, really over-the-top rhetoric. What do you make of it?
I thought it was interesting, ironic to say the least. It's almost as if she doesn't know that her father faced impeachment over a White House sex scandal. But beyond that, I think that her and her mother seem to degrade what it means to be a strong woman. They fall into every stereotype of women being whiny, women being over-emotional, women being unable to move on from certain instances. You know, I can't think of, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I can't think of any other person that was running for the White House that has gone on this long and disrespected the person that beat them.
She got... at one point, she was talking about Ivanka Trump, who I know that you've met and gotten to know.
Yeah.
Basically says she's complicit in whatever her dad does, whatever he says, and how there were moments in her life where she's disagreed with her mom on things like gay rights and the LGBT rights and those sorts of things. Just maybe a reminder that she's thinking about running for office. Is this ultimately about Chelsea Clinton?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It could be. Maybe she's trying to present herself that way. I think it would be an incredibly bad idea, but I would totally support it. I think it would be fun to beat another Clinton. I totally do not respect what their family represents. I stand fully behind Ivanka Trump, who is just a lovely human being who I was able to spend some time with on Friday.
Yeah, you were there at the White House on Friday. So give us a sense of who you met with and what happened.
I met with our president. It was so exciting. Ivanka was there as well. We spoke obviously about Black America. The president, despite the fact that alleged Black leaders disrespect him at every possible turn, he is dedicated to fixing so many crises that are going on in the Black community, and he does that every single day. He's got so much energy, and he's passionate about it. He genuinely cares. He was educating me on issues. So it was remarkable to be there and to really sense his energy and his dedication, and I'm telling you, he has such a fighting spirit.
Candace, do you think the mainstream media will ever see what President Trump is doing for the African-American community?
Oh, they already see it. Will they ever acknowledge it? Absolutely not, because it would mean to go against everything that they once said about him while they were running. It would mean to humble themselves, and they have too much ego at this stage to ever do that.
But will the message get across to the African-American community as to what the president's doing?
Yes, it will, and I am making sure of that. At Turning Point USA, we've been working on this undercover project. It's why I met with Secretary Ben Carson last week. It's why I met with the president. And look, his numbers are up in the Black community. They are starting to see the results, and that's what will matter. This will be an administration that is remembered for its results, not what the media interprets it as.
They have some work to do, though, as you know, on the Republican side and President Trump with those African-American numbers. So a lot of work to be done. It's something that you're very passionate about. We always love having you on talking about it.
Thank you guys
so
much for having me.
All right, coming up on the show, several Gulf states bracing for a direct hit by a subtropical storm coming up. A live report from Pensacola Beach, Florida. That is where it is all going down in a few hours.
Plus, he's usually in this place. Now he's in that place. Steve Ducey, live at the Folds of Honor Patriot Cup in Oklahoma. Mr. Ducey, good morning.
Good morning to you as well, Todd and Griff and Abby. The sun is up here in Owasso, Oklahoma, and right behind me is the 8-story tall Dream Ship of Rite Aid. Why exactly are they taking part today here in Patriot Cup Day at the Patriot in Owasso? Find out from the president of Rite Aid and Major Dan Rooney. It's a big day.